Amazing there. Now we're moving on to something very important. Now Nigeria is back on the global education spotlight. Now a Nigerian teacher has been named among the top 10 finalists for the 2026 GERMS Education Global Teacher Prize. Now, the $1 million prize, now in its 10th year, celebrates educators whose work is transforming lives and communities beyond personal recognition. This nomination sends a powerful message. Nigeria's teachers can compete at the highest global level. Education experts say the achievements could inspire renewed investment in teacher training, improved learning standards, and greater respect for the teaching profession nationwide. Now, joining us for this conversation is Adeola Akinsulere, one of the top 10 finalists for the Global Teacher Prize. She's also a biology teacher. Omole Senior Grammar School, Lagos State is where she teaches. Welcome to the show this morning, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You know, when I heard 1 million, I said,
very attractive prize. Now, what do you say? How did that make you feel when you actually got news first that you were actually among the top 10?
All right, so I got to know about the Global Teacher Prize some 5-6 years ago, exactly 2020 during the lockdown, when the first Nigerian to make the top 10, Olasukomi Okoifa, was announced. And my principal told me about it, that this is the kind of person I wanted to be like, you know, and this is my third time of applying, and I remember each time I was preparing, I just said, God, please just let me enter into top 50. So I never, in my wildest imagination, think that I can even make top 10, and now I am at the verge of winning the prize.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So how do you feel as a teacher? Because there's this general saying that teacher's reward is in heaven. So how do you feel? You are proud to be a bona fide teacher.
Yes. Over the past 5 years, I have had engagements, have had contact with more than 30,000 teachers, training them, and over the years, I have seen that our reward is no longer in heaven; it is right here on earth. In 2021, I won $23,000 to travel to the US on the Fulbright Teaching Excellence and Achievement program. And prior to that, I have also been on British Training Council training, and I've had lots of opportunities to stand in places that in my wildest imagination I never even imagined that I would be there, but teaching job has brought me there. So, and I tell teachers too, especially newly employed teachers, that our reward is now here. There are a lot of 1001 opportunities, yes, that we can tap into.
$1 million. I can't get away from that. $1 million. If we convert it into naira. Let's assume you win this award and you are paid $1 million. Will you still be teaching?
Okay, so the $1 million is a prize that you don't get at once.
Okay.
You get it over a period of 10 years. So for every year you get $100,000, and you already have a project that you want to use the money for. So it's not a personal money. Sometimes in 2022 or 2023, I won the Global Teacher Grant. So it's not a personal money. You use it for a project. And then the project that I applied for was that I wanted to train newly employed STEM teachers across Education District 6 on innovative teaching technology and low-cost teaching technology. So the the $1 million is not my money.
It's for projects like that.
It is for projects, and I intend my personal project is not just limited to Nigeria alone. I'm going to be collaborating with ambassadors, global teacher ambassadors across Africa.
Amazing.
Where is the encouragement coming from? Because I can see that you're smiling as a fulfilled teacher.
Okay.
This is a profession that is not that lucrative. Some young people will say, no, God forbid, I cannot go into a teaching profession. But it seems you're enjoying this.
So I started like that too.
Okay.
I remember several years ago when my mom would come to me and say, I see you teaching. I said, oh my God. Yes. So, but however, when I got into the teaching line, I saw students, I had the opportunity of meeting students that mirrored my past images, that had the same struggle that I had. When I was in secondary school, I struggled with learning sciences. So when I got in, and you know, because of my small shape, I looked just like them. So we played together, we do a lot of stuff together, and I just felt I can actually help you. At a point when I was growing up, I left sciences for management science to study marketing management. However, while I was studying marketing management, I discovered that every product needs the right strategy. That was actually the turning point for me. So I saw science education as a product that needs the right strategy. Now, teaching strategy.
Okay.
So I started coming up. So when I got into my school, I said I was going to make use of technology to help my students. The same struggle that I had, I'm not going to have it. So that was where the passion started from. And thank God for the boss that I had then when I started work. She was very supportive. She would tell us, come, I've seen this program. Come and attend. Come and see this. See what your mates are doing. See, you know. And
so it's a case of training and retraining.
Yes. Yeah. So majorly, one of the things that helped me was the exposure that I had. Yeah. So I kept going out. I kept going for trainings. I kept seeing myself that, oh, I can do better. I can achieve more. I can be places beyond even where I thought I could get to. Yes. So that has really helped me.
I think it's really interesting and inspiring, considering the fact that you had a principal who actually saw you and literally saw these opportunities and led you in that direction.
And she wasn't just doing it for me alone.
For you alone.
For everybody.
So now that's very important, right? Now let's talk about all the teachers in that school probably benefiting in ways like this. Now, would you say your current reality is a reflection of what's happening across other schools in Nigeria? Or would you say, okay, maybe it's because of the field you find yourself, the school you find yourself, and then what are the major strategies that you say? I know you mentioned something earlier, but like what would you say needs to be done for this type of victory to be recorded across board?
Okay, so I think one thing, and that's what I have helped my colleagues to I think it's just about exposure, like information, and this can be done through teacher training. So some teachers don't. I remember one of the training that I went for here in Lagos State as a facilitator, and I asked them, who is the best teacher in Nigeria? They don't know it. Who is your mentor? They don't know it. So all these things are actually very important beyond what the government would prepare us for, I mean, would make available to us. You also need to be determined within you. You need the passion, you need the drive. It's not all the time. There are sometimes I get home, I feel exhausted. There are sometimes I feel like giving up. And but when I know that, oh yes, I'm helping my students to achieve this, I keep going. Some of the strategies that I have employed in the classroom, because some teachers feel, oh, I need a smart board, I need this, I need that. No. So one of the things that I started with was I got a rechargeable projector. By then, you know, I'm talking about 8-10 years ago. Nobody has ever heard of it. They never even knew that it existed. But I Googled it and I saw it. I didn't have the funds. As at then, I was earning just about 54,000 naira as a teacher. However, my marketing strategy, my marketing mindset, I looked at, okay, who are the people that I can talk to that believe in my vision? How can I raise this money? And for the first time, the first person that I spoke to said, okay, don't worry, I'm going to get you the rechargeable projector. Yes. And that was how I started. And from there, even edutainment, I make use of edutainment. We sing, we put our food in the mouth, and it passes, you know, a lot of strategy, role play, group presentation. The students are involved, hands-on, they see things, it excites them. So all these are
that comes under instructional materials that you use in teaching. Well, quick one before Toma comes in. There are some teachers, they are described as cheaters. How do I mean? Ability to pass that knowledge to the children. Someone once told me that when he was growing up, the teacher taught him that money is meant to be spent. So the young boy kept spending money. he never saved. So at what point can we have quality teachers in our schools that will bring out quality graduates in Nigeria?
I'll still go back to continuous professional development because I'm big on it. I'm big on collaboration. In fact, my favorite quote is collaboration is better than competition. So I think that teachers need to collaborate. There are some teachers that, honestly, all that they are doing it because they are limited in their knowledge, in their information. So, but when you go out and you meet teachers that are doing so well, you see that, oh, this can actually, some teachers don't even believe that you can achieve all that, you can get to the global stage, you can achieve this, you can achieve that. Some teachers don't believe it. So I would still say that it still brings us back to professional development. When they come for continuous professional development, trainings, programs, workshops, they see that some things are actually possible. So you don't have to be a cheater, rather you are a teacher.
Absolutely.
You see, I'm just quiet listening to you talk because, my mother was a headmistress, started as a classroom teacher, and she got to that point. And I see traits of you in, I see traits of her in you, and it's such a nostalgic for me. The question I want to ask, because a whole lot of teachers do not know this. You said you applied for this award. What were the things that you had to send to them that made them recognize you?
Evidence. Sometimes in October, I applied, September, October, that was when I applied for the Global Teacher Prize. And one thing, over the years, I've applied for such programs, and I see that one thing they want to see is that evidence of what you're doing. That truly you are doing, anybody can write anything because you have to write. And one thing about all these international programs is that you have to be able to write, express yourself, all that you do. You have to be able to put it into writing. However, beyond writing, because anybody can write anything, you have to be able to provide evidences. I started with my STEM, my program. As a science teacher, I've done quite a lot in advancing STEM education here in Nigeria, with my students, developing low-cost teaching strategies, to training teachers, to developing content online. I have my social media handle as Biology Comes Alive with Adeola, Akinsulere. From there, I also work with girls. I wrote a book, I authored a book, Glow Girls. I've trained girls on leadership, etiquette, and menstrual hygiene. I've worked in environmental sustainability. So all these are, I think, the things that I just put together.
You have photographs and
yes,
films.
Including links.
Yeah, and links
so
too.
yes,
Okay,
including links. So those were the
uploaded.
things that I put together and I sent to
What
them.
website do you have to access to do this application?
Okay, it's www.Global Teacher Prize. Once they put in Global Teacher Prize, it's going to pop up.
It's going to pop up.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but at the moment, the application, because the process is still on. So until when this process ends, then sometimes in, I think, September later in the year, a new application will be out. But actually, at the moment, they started up what we call Global Teacher Prize for schools. So that is on at the moment, and it's going to be ending 31st of January, this January. Yes.
I think it's really
Absolutely.
it's amazing.
Very fantastic.
It's amazing.
There are schools or parents at the moment who will say, I don't want to take my children to public schools.
Yes.
So there's this competition between private and the public. So tell us more about this.
All right. So it's normal, like public school, public school, but we want to change the narrative, and this is one of the things that we are doing. Even our own students, at times, they don't even believe in themselves because I'm public school student. They are timid.
Sure.
When they get to the public, they can't express themselves because they feel, this person is from this international school. I am just from Omole Senior Grammar School. I cannot talk, And one of the things that I did for my students to help them develop their communication skill. Recently we embarked on an international classroom exchange. Because of my network in the US, so we did an international classroom exchange. And I remember when I was applying for the program, one of the directors in charge asked me that, are you sure our students will not be intimidated? You know, they have to face Oyibo. I said, no, my students, I know my students because I know the training, the grooming that they have gotten in the classroom. And honestly, when we were done, the first letter that we got from the US was like, we can't believe that your student can speak this fluently. Like, they never knew that our mastery of English is this high. I said, if you work with you know. And, they kept apologizing. Oh, we are so sorry. Okay, so the next one, we'll make sure, because we thought that, I said, no. This is, because of the training that
in 30 seconds, your words of
right.
encouragement to parents watching you are there.
All right.
About
Okay.
training up their children in public schools.
Okay, yes. I'm a product of public school, and I'm so proud to say that students from public school, we are, in fact, one of my students got won a virtual international scholarship to University of Pennsylvania to run a program. So that is public school. I've had students that won a governor here in Lagos State. So public school, we have all that. Fine, we are not there yet, though. But everything
I love the fact that you said we are not there.
Yes, we are not there yet.
And I must say, well done.
Well done.
And first, I mean, to be top 10 was a woman. You're also a woman. We are the men.
Absolutely. We'll get there.
Hey, come on.
When she was talking about public schools.
I'm the only African that made it to.
Congratulations.
Where are the other Africans winning?
No, I'm representing us. So
We
I
are the
told you
men.
that my prize is actually, my project is going to be across Africa. So it's Africa. It's going to be a win for Africa, not just for Nigeria.
Awesome. Well done.
Well done. So
Thank you
Teachers
so much.
Reward is here on
earth.
Now begin to transmit it
not
from heaven.
in heaven. You don't
Yes.
just have to wait till
Yes.
you get to heaven. You have to get your reward here.
Definitely.
On earth. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us
you. It's an
on
honor to
the
be
program.
here this morning.
Adeola Akinsulere.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Thank
Wish
you
you all
for
the
having
best.
me.
And
Thank you.
we're
Just
expecting
keep
all eyes
praying.
on
Just keep
you
praying.
to ensure that you get this prize.
Yes,
I
just
will
keep
definitely
praying for me.
celebrate you.
Amen.
Like what Thomas said, that he's expecting to see
The $1
The
$1 million dollars.
come to Nigeria.
Come to Nigeria. Come to
so
Nigeria.
that those projects will be done in Nigeria and
Amen.
Africa.
Amen.
All right.
Yes.
All right, still ahead on TVC Breakfast Saturday, court intervenes in the Labour Party leadership dispute. How will this really affect the structure of the party? Do not go anywhere. It promises to be interesting.